What's going on, Patriots fans, and welcome into the SPN.TV pregame show. I'm your host, Chris Drabik. We're getting set for Game 6 of a 6-game homestand here, taking on the York Revolution. The Somerset Patriots split yesterday's affair, a single admission doubleheader, 1 game each, but we're not worried about that. The offense looked good, pitching's looking good too. Right now, on the SPN.TV pregame show, we're getting set to talk with a man who's been here all season long. You could guess, is it going to be Brett Jody? Is it going to be a pitcher? Oh no. It's my boss, my play-by-play partner, Marc Schwartz. Marc, welcome into the pregame show, my friend. If you don't know, Marc is the play-by-play broadcaster for the very first time this season, so we're very excited to have you on because you've been with this team all season long. From the preseason, you saw these guys come in, and now you're here. Just a quick summary. What has the season been like to you?
The season's been great. It's been so much fun. I had high expectations coming into the year. This is a team that's always had a lot of success, both winning and just good clubhouse camaraderie. And it's my first experience really getting a chance to travel with the team and getting to know the coaches on a personal basis, the players on a personal basis. And it's just been an absolute blast so far.
Awesome. Now let's take it back. Now let's let the fans get to know their play-by-play voice, Marc Schwartz. You've been with the team for a number of years prior to this, right?
I have. This is now my 3rd year.
Excellent. And those first 2 years, you were doing a little more video stuff, a little more behind-the-scenes stuff. But you're a broadcast guy through and through. So when the position opened up, you knew you had your sights set on it, right?
Yeah, I was excited once there was an opportunity to take over as a play-by-play guy. I mean, it's something that I've done in the past. I've experienced at a couple of different teams, different levels of baseball. So once the opportunity presented itself, it was something that I couldn't really pass up. It's always been my passion. I love, going on the radio, and I always enjoy the aspect of trying to give a story for everything that's going on in the ballgame. I like to, I'm not talented enough to be on the field. So this is my way of being affiliated with sports and trying to present a story for all of our listeners, around the world that are tuning into the Patriots broadcast, so they can get a sense of how I want to sort of relay the message and everything that's going on in the field.
Since we're in that role and you're getting ready for the season now, all the fun, I got the job, it's over. Now it's time to get down to business. You have players and contractors coming in left and right. You're trying to do your broadcast prep. You didn't know that some of these guys wouldn't be here for all too long, but leading up to the broadcast, was it a little overwhelming? What was it like?
It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was overwhelming. It was certainly an adjustment. During the course of the entire off season, as some of our viewers might know, it's all sales here. Yeah. Everything's about sales. But once it hit the new year and then we got into January, then John Hunted started making some signings. We started seeing some names coming in and realized, okay, well now I have to at least somewhat get ready for broadcasting. I have to make it seem like I don't know anything, but I have to make it seem like I know something. But I would write down notes, and I would do extensive research on every guy that we signed at the time, when it helped sort of segment the off season. Sure. But I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a situation where right before the season we were cramming everything that we needed to know in. So it gave me an opportunity. All right, I would study 3 players intently a week. I would go through everything that I could possibly find on them, write it all down, because I knew, in 3 weeks from now, I'm not going to remember everything that I researched about Justin Wright.
Sure.
Or I'm not going to remember everything that I researched about Alex Goen, but now I'm going to write it down so I know, okay, I wrote down a bunch of notes on Wright back in the end of January. Now here we are at the end of March, and I have all these other people that we've signed, and now I can go back like, oh, that's right, he was teammates with Ronnie Shaban for 3 seasons in the Cardinals organization, played with him in Virginia Tech. All those little sort of anecdotes, those little tidbits of information that wound up working out pretty well.
It all comes back up. Whether it be on the road, at home, you're trying to get to know these guys. You obviously want to know some things, give some little tidbits on the broadcast. And a big thing for broadcasters everywhere is having a relationship with the manager. Now, luckily here at Somerset, you have a guy in Brett Jody who's been here for a number of years, not as a manager, as a pitching coach, as a player. What's your relationship like with Brett? And I'll preface with this: how nice is it to have a good relationship with Brett?
I have a very good relationship with Brett. Brett is a tremendous guy. He's a tremendous manager. And again, I've said it a couple of times already, but it makes my job a lot easier. Brett has an open door in the clubhouse, so if ever I need to go in and I have a question about if a pitcher's on a pitch count, or how's somebody looking as of late, or what kind of trends are you looking for, or is somebody hurt, what's going on? He's an open book. Yeah. He understands the relationship where he's got a job to do, I've got a job to do. Let's make sure that we're able to work symbiotically together to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And Brett's a lot of fun on the road also. If you see the clubhouse being loose, it starts from the top down. And Brett's always been a player's coach. The players love to play for him. He lets everyone sort of be themselves, and that includes the broadcaster. Lets me be myself. Of course, when you're on the road, what happens is that you get you have a little back and forth with the managers and the players, where there's a little tet for tet, and sometimes I'll get made fun of, sometimes the players will get made fun of. but it's all in good fun. I mean, these are guys that are spending every living moment with each other, and if there isn't a little bit of ragging back and forth, then you're probably not doing your job. But Brett keeps it loose, and it's a really enjoyable experience working with him and getting to travel with the team and just working for the team in general.
It's a great team to be around. So it really seems like you've assimilated yourself perfectly to the Somerset organization, being the voice, being a face on this franchise. So if you don't mind, I'm going to tilt it away from you for just a moment.
That's fine.
And we're going to take a look at this team now. I'm going to start with saying, are you kidding me? You've got the chance to broadcast how many walk-off hits this season?
11. Yeah.
Is there anything you've ever seen like this before, either for a team you've watched, a team you've covered before?
No. It was really amazing, and a lot of those walk-offs happened, almost consecutively over the first half, and then we had 3 walk-offs against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs during our last homestand. It's just a situation where, these guys are so competitive and they're so motivated, even after clinching the first half championship. They're so motivated to go out because, and I've said it on the air before, baseball is a fraternity.
Oh, yeah.
These guys in the Patriots clubhouse know the guys they're playing against in other clubhouses. And when you get on the field, you forget that you already clinched the championship.
Right.
You're going up against your opponent, and you want to win that ball game. And these guys have showed such resolve over the course of the season, where there's situations where they might be trailing late or leading early, and then tied up or whatever. But they come up in late game situations. They've showed a lot of clutch, a lot of chutzpah, a lot of moxie.
So we're going to take a look forward now. It's a team that maybe they've struggled a bit as of recently, but there's a lot of really good pieces on this team so far. It's been a tough stretch, but what do you like at this team? Some things that are different in the second half. The additions like Justin Trapp, the bullpen has some major league arms. Expand a little on what's a strength going forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of strengths for this team. I mean, we've seen the offense struggle a little bit, but there's been a lot of new names that have come in that have added some extra fight to this team. Justin Trapp, you mentioned, he's a guy that has awesome versatility. He could play at second base, shortstop, he could play in the outfield. He's a speed demon along the base paths. He would like to get on base a little more than he has been so far, but once he gets on base, he is always a threat to take off. You mentioned the bullpen also. I mean, look at all the major league arms that John Hunted and Brett Jody have brought in recently. Dustin Mollican, Dustin Antolin, AJ Ochter. Those are all guys that pitched in the major leagues last year, and now they're pitching at the back end of this bullpen. And there's some strong arms in the starting rotation as well. I mean, there's guys like Lucas Irvin, who over the last couple of months, he's become one of the best pitchers in the Atlantic League. I mean, he's turned into the ace of this staff after some other guys had their contracts purchased, which is a whole nother thing, how impressive that's been for the Patriots this year. But Irvin has done a great job stepping into more of this ace of this staff role, and you have guys like Efrain Nieves who stepped up, Will Oliver who's stepped up as well. So there's a lot of strength moving forward. Of course, you'd like to see some more runs being put on the board. There were 10 runs that were scored in Game 2 yesterday, but overall, there's a lot to like about this team. And then as we get closer to the middle and end of September, Brett will start to, shore up how he likes the lineup being posted, who he likes playing where, and who he likes batting in front of or behind different players, and then we'll get ready for that fun postseason.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting to see. The team may be struggling a bit, but there's so many strong pieces. It's just going to ratchet up going down the season. It should be an awesome way to end the season. But for you, Marc, what is a perfect ending for the last 2 months of Marc Schwartz's first season as a Somerset Patriots broadcaster?
Atlantic League championship. Easy.
Sounds good to me. Patriots fans, there you have it. Play-by-play man, the voice of the Somerset Patriots, Marc Schwartz. Marc, thank you for being on the SPN.TV pregame show.
Yeah,
hopefully not the last time, but that's going to be it for the SPN.TV pregame show. I'm actually going to throw it over to this guy right here. Get ready for Patriots baseball right here, right now on SPN.TV.